sometimes I hate myself, right? And
See, I don't know the word sometimes in that situation for myself.
I always hate myself.
I always hate myself.
Yeah, me is my
Sometimes
biggest
I
problem.
hate myself a little bit less.
Well, I was going to say, there's sometimes I love myself. So the other day, all right, so this is, you know, my office is in Barberton.
Yeah.
That I have a desk like set up at the front of that space, and we have small group stuff set up in the back of it. And I typically, like, what I try to do is I try to limit myself for the most part to healthier snacks when I'm at the office, because I know that I'll just consume, right? Because I'm sitting there working, like, most of the time I'm writing sermons or I'm planning stuff out. I'm doing social media stuff for the church, whatever. So I got all these different things that I'm trying to do. And if there's food there, I'm just going to eat it while I'm sitting there.
I mean, I'm a bored eater as well, too.
100%. Like,
that's why I've tried to have apples and stuff like in my refrigerator, so I have at least productive snacking.
Yeah, we're on the same boat, because that's exactly how I am. So, like, back probably like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago,
okay,
I was at the office one morning, and I was kind of like, I really want something to snack on, and I didn't have anything in the office, and so they put a Five Below in over there in Barberton that's like a block, like 2 blocks away from my office, which is great.
Like in the plaza?
Yeah, so where Planet Fitness and Marks and stuff are in that big
where Kmart
plaza
and stuff used to be?
Yeah.
Okay. Like Pearson's was over here.
Yep,
and Taco Bell.
Across the street from Pearson's and Taco Bell stuff. Yeah, so they put a Five Below in there, and so I'm like, I was walking over, and I was actually going to go to Save a Lot.
Okay.
But then I saw Five Below was open, and I'm like, oh, sick. So I go in there and start looking around, and I bought some stuff, like some snacks that were in there. Not healthy ones, I'll say that right off the bat.
Of course.
But I bought some snacks, took them back to the office and everything, and left them there. And then time went by. I ate most of those snacks within like that week. This past week, I was in the office, and I was like, man, I'm hungry again. Like, I'm always hungry. And I didn't bring any snacks in with me that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, crap, I don't have anything here that I can snack on while I'm sitting here. And I had there's a tote that's like back behind my desk that had some stuff from my truck in it, because I had to clean it out one day. And I forgot that I had put a bag in there. So I opened up that tote, like looking for something else. But I was, commiserating with myself in my mind about not having snacks. I opened it up. There's the white Five Below bag. Inside, a whole big bag of those hot fries. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Like
I've never been so happy with myself before. Like, when I say that I paused and hugged myself,
right?
That's legit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, listen, champ, most of the time, I don't like you at all. But today, you're my best friend.
Yeah, you scored some points on that one.
Yeah, I was back in it again. So I was like, this is pretty sweet. So anyways, I just thought it'd be funny to tell you my little story about finding my hot
good.
fries.
Like, there are moments where it's like, oh, man, I was planning ahead.
Yeah.
It's like those little ones. It's like,
those moments where you tuck something away, you're like, future Josh is really going to like this. Those are the moments. I like it. So, anyways, let's get this thing started. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, Josh.
Recognize me? No? Well, I'm Josh. I got suspended from school because of Josh.
You're going to be there with me in every way imaginable, Josh.
Josh is truly in a trance, yeah.
I went to high school with Josh, and I can tell you right now, he's a terrific kisser.
Hi, I'm Josh.
Josh, these are people's jobs we're talking about, Josh.
Thank you very
much. Hi.
Josh walking in the door wasn't even close.
Josh, you are a muffin-snuggling pirate puncher.
Josh is a good guy. We can talk to him.
Please welcome Joshua. Josh.
Over the moon excited about finding those things. So, anyways, as we get ready to dive in today, I've got a would you rather for you.
Okay, just for me,
just for you.
Listeners, don't listen to this.
Yeah, nobody else. Tune out right now.
Just people who are watching on YouTube.
Just for
you can answer too.
This comes from my long list of ones that I developed with ChatGPT. This was one of my favorite ones that came out of it. So,
the amount of giggles that you're giving me right now, I'm ready for this.
I think this one's hilarious, personally. But so the would you rather is this: would you rather have to lick every item before you can buy it, or Would you rather have to yell? And when I say yell, I mean at the top of your lungs yell, "Where's my butt?" every time you enter a room.
Oh, 100% the second one. 100% the second one. Not that like the whole like lick it, it's mine, like mine. Yeah. Mine. Like, but no, where's my butt? 100%. Yeah. 100%.
That's funny. Yeah, I that's where I kind of was leaning towards on this one because, oh my gosh, I mean, just you think about though some of the circumstances you're going to find yourself in. You're going in for a job interview.
Oh yeah,
and you step into the office and you're just like, "Where's my butt?"
Funeral,
weddings, like there's so many opportunities where it would just be hilarious.
100%.
You would hope that people would just clue in enough to know. You just got to get it out of the way when he walks in the room.
Yeah.
But see, if it's every time you walk in a room, though, that means every time you walk in a room, like,
yeah.
There it is. That's wild. Yeah.
But see, that I would go a step further. I would register a support animal and name him Seymour.
Seymour Butts. That's funny. I was just thinking, like, gosh, can you imagine, like, your kid sleeping at night and you're going in just to check on them before you go to bed, and you like creak the door open real slowly as soon as you step in. Where's my butt? Your kid wakes up. Like, dang.
All right,
dude.
you're here.
All right, yeah, cool.
It's a good way to check if your kids are sneaking out at night, though.
Oh yeah,
because if they don't jump, then you know that they might have been doing something they shouldn't have been doing.
I knew you were still awake. That's funny. So, anyways, I wanted to throw that one out there just to see what your impression of it would be with the licking every item before you buy it thing.
Oh
too.
no, 100%. Where's my butt? Like especially. Oh,
just never not be sick again.
Right. You would have everything. Like, I was thinking it's been a minute since we did our hot takes episode.
It has been a minute since that.
And listening back on that again, I was a little disappointed that we didn't have more. Oh, what's the word? Pushback on any of our hot takes.
Oh, you want to get some pushback? I'll do it right now. I think Taylor Swift is the Antichrist. All the Swifties out there, come at me.
Well, I was going to say, I said that I don't understand why she's so popular and everything like that. Anyway, but it got me thinking, like, what are some hills that you're willing to die on? Or like, what hills am I willing to die on? And it's one of those things where it's like, it kind of makes you think, because like you can have an opinion just for like the sake of having a different opinion from somebody else. But like, what actual opinions are you willing to like stake your pole down and be like, this is my opinion. Like, I'm not wavering from this opinion. To start off with, mine is the moment that you start collecting Social Security, you have to take your driver's test every year.
Yeah, you can preach that one. You know I'm on board for it. I said that in our hot text thing, that anybody over the age of 65 has to take a mandatory driving test every year.
And it's one of those things where you can forego and still collect your Social Security, but if you want to drive and you are collecting Social Security, you have to get a driver's test every single year.
Yeah.
And I think because not knowing 100% of the facts, but statistically speaking, slow driving can cause just as many accidents as speeding.
Yeah.
Because people are avoiding, people are going around, and it's one of those things where less and less people are learning how to drive, or they're just forgetting how to drive.
Right.
And it frustrates the crap out of me, because I don't consider myself a great driver, but I am definitely not a bad driver.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm totally on board with you on that one, and that is a hill that I'd be willing to die on, because we were actually just earlier today. So peek behind the curtain for everybody. It's still September 27th, Saturday, from the last episode of what we talked about and everything. So we ran in the Akron Marathon this morning, and on the way home, Lynette, our friend, rode with us. Like you guys have heard Lynette's comments and stuff before,
right?
She rode with us back from Akron, and we were talking about that because I was telling her a story about last night. We were coming home from Barberton, and I turned on the Worcester Road to head home. As soon as I turned on the Worcester Road, on the next road that came out, this old guy turns out in front of me, and this is not an exaggeration. He never exceeded 13 miles per hour for a pretty good distance. And you can imagine just my blood boiling and stuff. And so, yes, we were talking about that on the way back from Akron today, and I was talking about like my opinion that everybody over the age of 65 needs to take the driver's test every single year. Because she was talking about the fact that Landon, the DMs our campaigns and stuff like that, that he just like went and got his license and stuff, and so
Really?
He waited forever, dude. Yeah, because he's like 20 now or something like that, and so he's like 19 or 20.
Well, his birthday's next Sunday.
Is it?
So
it'd probably I think he's 20 then.
Yeah,
like on his birthday. But anyways, so Lando just like went and took his, and so we were talking about the driving thing and stuff. And another one that I'll throw in there with you and stuff is this, and feel free to hate me all you want to. But aside from a very small list of things, I believe that if you are capable of walking around Walmart with your cart to get your groceries, that you should not be allowed to have a handicap tag hanging from your window in your car.
Okay.
So you know that like my whole deal with I call them bluebirds, the people with the blue tags and stuff, because they drive like there's no one else on the road.
Right.
And it's not that they drive slow all the time. Some of them don't. Some of them drive probably too fast.
Here's the thing though. A lot of them remember what it was like when there was only 5 cars in the state of Ohio.
Well, yeah, that's true, but the bigger problem for me is not so much like, so the old folks are their own thing, right?
Right.
There's the age part, but I just feel like nowadays they just hand out handicap tags to anybody.
Right.
You're like, I sneeze more than twice a day, and they're like, you should have a handicap tag for that, right?
You need to
it's
right
like,
up front.
I lost more hairs yesterday than I've ever lost in a single day, and they're like, here's a handicap tag for that, right?
You're developing alopecia.
Yeah, so they're just like, they're giving them out to everybody.
Yeah.
And I see people all the stinking time driving with those things, but it's like when they give it to them, they tell them, all right, here's your handicap tag, but this is also your license to drive like the biggest moron on the planet, no matter what your age
park
is.
like the biggest moron on the planet.
Gosh. Yeah. So that's another one that I'm willing to like go to bat for, is like, we need to stop handing out as many handicap tags. Like, you should have to prove that you need a spot that's close to the door, because I've walked behind people through Walmart before that pick up cases of water and put them in their cart and stuff like that, and get out there and they're parked in the handicap spot, and I'm like, that's either somebody who's actually handicapped that's in your family and you're driving that vehicle, which you're abusing that privilege in my opinion, because there are people that are handicapped that need those spaces.
Right.
So park somewhere else if you don't have your person that's handicapped with you. Or number 2, it's the thing like I was saying, is like, you went into the doctor and you were like,
my anxiety is too high if I have to park more than 3 spots away from the door.
Like, I had an itch behind my ear one time, and they're like, oh, here's a handicap tag.
Yeah.
You know, it's like just those kinds of things. So yeah, I'll die on that hill too.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's, you know, and this is where, you know, the podcast might end, but you know, I'm still willing to die on the hill that while they are good movies,
oh gosh, you're gonna bring up Christian Bale again.
It's not a good Batman. Like it has been way overhyped, and I'm not saying that they're bad movies.
I disrespectfully disagree. I'm just kidding. I don't know that I disrespectfully disagree with it, but you know my feelings about it.
And it's one of those things where I could take or leave the first or the third movie.
Sure.
The one with Heath Ledger is far and away the best movie. And if that was the only movie, I would be 100% on board with I would be a fanboy as much as you are about the whole trilogy if it was just the second movie.
I just think that out of the Batman series that we have had so far, that it still remains the best.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one to beat it. And I will say this, I was more impressed than I want to admit with Ben Affleck as Batman during the whole whatever that deal was.
I haven't. Have you seen The Batman?
No.
The one with
Sparkly Vampire Boy?
Yeah, I was going to say Edward, but...
Oh, yeah. No, I have not seen that one.
Edward, Cedric Diggory.
Most people said it was good.
And I've heard that, too, that it was actually pretty good. But, like, I've never seen it. And again, I don't like DC as a property. I mean, I think their villains overshadow their superheroes.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with that.
And it's one of those things where I want to like Batman because he's more... And I don't want to say relatable because I'm not a cajillionaire, but like it's one of those things where he's more of a down-to-earth superhero.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the ego like Tony Stark does.
Right.
You know, he's doesn't have superpowers. He's just very intelligent and uses his resources.
Yeah.
But like I said, if it was justice,
and he actually has more of the flaws that I think a lot of us normal folks have.
Exactly. But he overplans for everything, so I can relate to that.
Right.
But it's one of those things where, to me, the Heath Ledger tragedy that happened to coincide with that movie,
yeah,
I think overshadows and draws more focus to that movie franchise than I think it deserves. But like I said, I think they are good movies.
Yeah.
I just don't understand the hype about it, because if they would have kept going,
right,
and what's his face would have Batman Beyond it.
Oh yeah.
Like
Christian
I would have
Bale?
no.
You're talking about yeah.
The cop. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't think of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy that's playing Robin, basically, is what it's supposed to
essentially
become.
what it would have been.
Yeah.
Or it would have become, like I said, the Batman Beyond cartoon series.
Right.
Like if they would have done that, then I would have been. I would have 100%
I would have
on
loved
board.
to have seen that. Barring the tragedy of losing Heath Ledger as young as he was, I would have loved to have seen an actual like Joker movie done with Heath Ledger as the Joker. I think that could have been a phenomenal movie.
Not that Joaquin Phoenix was bad in the Joker, but
I still haven't watched it. I can't bring myself to. It's just I don't know. There's something about it that seems off to me.
It's a very, very slow burn, and I understand why people don't like it.
Yeah,
because it's paced very slowly, but to me the buildup was worth it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was the most fun I had at a DC movie that I've ever had.
Really,
like outside of watching like Batman and Batman Returns, the first two with the best Batman in my opinion, Keaton. Yeah. Which I also need to watch the Flash movie with Keaton reprising his role as Batman in that one.
Oh, I didn't even know.
The newest Flash movie that came out, it's like a multiverse movie.
Yeah.
Basically,
anytime I hear the Flash these days, I don't pay any attention to it because it just kind of it became painful with the Flash stuff between the WB show that they had for the Flash and the guy that was playing the Flash in the Justice League stuff.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, man. I just want to see like a return of the Flash that we had in the TV show from like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Like that kind of version of the Flash would be like killer if we could have
If we could have the Flash from the Justice League, animated Justice League.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I think
that guy was great.
It was so funny. Like fanboys out with Batman and Green Lantern.
Yep. Fanboys out on them. He has like a super quick wit.
Yes.
And I mean, because like that makes sense. His brain's thinking faster than everybody else is around him and stuff because he's moving faster than everybody else around him. Yeah, I would love to see that persona and that kind of wittiness come back to the screen.
And I think too,
for the Flash, because he was my favorite superhero growing up. I loved the Flash.
It's one of those things where I think we, as a generation, like our generation, got spoiled with Batman Beyond, Batman the Animated Series, the Justice League.
Yep.
Even Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans.
OG Teen Titans was amazing. But you're right. There were so many things.
It set the bar way too high for those, for any live action version of those reboots, I would say.
Right.
Like, it was so hard to live up to those expectations because they were so well done.
I'd agree with that, yeah. I mean, I totally see where you're going with that in a sense, but... Yeah, well, like we said before, you and I'll just have to disagree.
And that's fine. Like I said, I will concede that they are good movies. Right. They're very well shot. They're gorgeous movies because they're so dark. They're brooding. They're the vibe that Batman deserves.
Yeah,
I just don't see the hype that is the Nolan trilogy, right? Yeah, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan. Yep. Yeah, I like I said, I still love them. I go back and watch those every once in a while just for the sake of seeing them again. But yeah, I was trying to think of if there were any other like hills that I'm willing to die on outside of like a lot of the stuff that we said in that hot takes episode that we did. I was trying to think if there was anything else that like I would throw out there as far as like I'm willing to like stand on this one.
Yeah.
Because I said things like, like in the hot takes thing, I said the stuff about like Bojangles is the superior chicken chain.
Which 100% no pushback on my opinion because I completely agree.
Right. Tomatoes are nasty. All the byproducts of tomatoes are great. So I'm
and that's one of those. That's another one that I'll go ahead and concede to that point because I do love tomatoes.
yeah.
I used to hate tomatoes, and then but I loved ketchup, love pasta sauce, love marinara sauce.
Right.
I mean, I don't actively go out of my way to eat just raw tomatoes, but
Yeah.
like I will, like even if I put them on like a burger, like I will still put like salt and pepper
Right.
on them as a part of my
It's kind
burger.
of the same thing for me. Like if I go to Taco Bell and order like a bunch of tacos and stuff from there, like if you get the Taco Supreme, they come with tomatoes on top of them.
Did you have to order it that way, or
No, yeah, freaking cheats. No, but like they, like if it comes with like little diced tomatoes on it and stuff, I'll eat them, and I eat tomatoes on certain things. But
right? But you won't actively eat like a raw tomato.
you're never gonna hear me like ask somebody for raw tomato, and if it's a big enough slice, I'll just pick it off of things. I won't eat it that way. So
Yeah. The reason why I asked this is there's another podcast I listen to. They played a game that I kind of want to go with you, and I'm going to send you a list of stuff in Discord too once
Okay.
once it actually loads.
yeah, I was about to say I'll have to load it on too.
So it was basically kind of going on rants about different things. It's like what they called it was "Don't get me started."
Oh, okay, cool.
So I want you to. I'm going to give you a prompt, and I want you to
get me started.
Yeah, to get you started, and I want you to kind of, and you can argue positively or negatively
About these things?
About
Oh,
these
okay,
things.
cool.
So it's
Yeah,
like, don't
yeah.
get me started. Like, don't get me started on blah 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 blah.
Sure.
So, okay, don't get me started on the proper way to eat cereal: milk first or cereal first.
Oh yeah. Don't get me started on that because that's if you're the type of person who puts milk first and then cereal into your bowl, just do us a favor and go ahead and reserve your petted room at the insane asylum. That's crazy to me. Like the only way that it's acceptable, in my opinion, for you to place or to have milk in your bowl and then put cereal in there is if it is the second bowl of cereal that you're eating. So first bowl is cereal. Then you pour the milk in on top of it. And then if there is milk left in the bowl and you're still hungry and want a second bowl of cereal, then you're allowed to pour some in there. But I can't wrap my mind around, like, the whole point of the bowl of cereal is that you pour cereal in and then you pour enough milk in there just to the point that it reaches that perfect saturation level, right? I just want the cereal to float just a little bit and to have enough in there so that the cereal can begin to soften so I don't shred the top of my mouth as I'm eating it.
Right.
That's the whole goal. And so I don't understand, like, if you're out there and you put milk in your bowl first, please reach out to me and try to give me some kind of defense about that because I can't wrap my mind around it. I can't understand how you put the right amount of milk. I mean,
Yeah.
are you intentionally pouring it for the sake of being able to drink milk afterwards? Because maybe.
But at that point, get a glass of milk.
Yeah, it's like and I'm a full sympathizer, and the milk in the bottom of the bowl tastes better. But again, that shouldn't be the point. If you want to drink milk, drink milk.
Right. I completely agree. Harper is a milk first person, and
Yeah,
I'm like, are you a psychopath? I'm pretty sure you're a psychopath.
that's-
Like,
I'm just gonna go ahead and reserve you a room because that's crazy to me. Gosh. Now, do you want me to ask you some of these?
yeah,
Okay,
just go
cool,
ahead.
cool,
Yeah,
cool.
we'll go back and forth for a few.
Oh man.
Because some of these are actually like really good. Like
They are.
This is a really good list.
But there's some of them that like I'm gonna ask you this one just because I kind of want to argue with you in a sense. If you
let's
take
go.
the side that I think you're gonna take, but pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Pineapple doesn't. Okay, don't get me started. If you think pineapple does not belong on pizza, you have the palate of a 5-year-old. Because you are
I hate it here.
one thing is you're not expanding your taste buds. You're not blending savory and sweet together properly. Now, don't get me started because if you put it with a marinara sauce, then I'm not on board with it. If you put it with like a sweeter barbecue sauce, like if you do like a Hawaiian pizza with barbecue sauce, cheese, shredded onion, and pineapple, 100% best way to eat pineapple on pizza is that right there.
Man, I have so many comments to make about that one.
Go ahead.
Like, number one, I have a hard time with wrapping my mind around if it's not a marinara or a white sauce, is it pizza? That's a whole nother argument that I think that we could get into, because in my opinion it's not. Like, you've changed things now. Like the pizza.
I mean, pizza's a sandwich.
What?
Yeah, pizza is a
No.
sandwich.
Only if you fold two pieces over on top of each other.
No, it's an open face sandwich.
I hate that. I hate everything about that.
No, it's an open face
It's a
sandwich.
pie.
No, it's not.
It is. It's a pie.
No, because you
That's
have a starch.
It's literally called a pizza pie. Pies have starches in them
I know,
too.
pies are sandwiches.
It's a pie.
Pies
No,
are sandwiches.
No,
Yes, they are.
I hate that.
Yep.
I hate it.
And cereal,
Pineapple does not belong
and
on
cereal
pizza.
is
By
a
the way.
soup.
I'm just gonna. That's a hill I'll die on. Absolutely. You can say what you want to. I have a good palate, and I enjoy the sweet and savory things and all that kind of stuff. But I've said before, I don't like cooked pineapple. Period. So,
and that's fair.
but
But like I said, once you switch,
cooking pineapple, I can get down with. Brooke makes a dish that she cooks that has cooked pineapple in it, and I eat it, and I don't mind it. But pizza, sacrilege. Doesn't belong there. And I have world-renowned pizza chefs that agree with me and say, never do that. It's bad.
well, see, that's one thing. Like, I think pineapple belongs on pizza.
All right. We can move on.
All right.
Ask me another one.
Dark mode is superior to light mode.
Oh, don't get me started on that one. That's an easy one to address. Dark mode is far superior to light mode on anything. It's better for your eyes. And first off, like that's one big part of it. But second off, it's like I don't understand what kind of monsters can sit in their room at nighttime when you're trying to fall asleep and scroll on your phone with it on light mode. If you do that, like you're on a different level than the rest of us. And I don't know how you sit there with the face of the sun burning your retinas and then roll over and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not possible for me. Dark mode is the superior way. It presents better. Fonts look better on it. My Discord that I have pulled up right now is in dark mode, and everything about it is better.
Oh yeah, like even the icons on my phone are in dark mode.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things. Like
as they should be.
I don't understand how people do light mode. Like I don't even know why that's an option, or even a shift mode, like a day night shift. My 100% is always on dark mode.
Yeah. The only thing you should have is just so that when you're in light, your phone brightens the screen to make it easier to read, and when you're in darkness, it dims the screen because you don't need as much light at that point in time. But dark mode is far superior.
Okay.
Easy win.
100% agree.
All right, let's see. This is one. I don't know how you feel about this one. I don't know if you're even a fan, but The Office US versus UK versions.
Okay, don't get me started. The UK version is far superior to the American version.
Really?
Yes. Ricky Gervais as Michael Scott, or the equivalent character, I think it is it's two completely different characters.
Okay.
I enjoy British humor because it's very dry, it's very sarcastic.
Yeah, same.
I also don't like Steve Carell as a leading character. I think he plays a better supporting character.
Okay.
And the whole Jim is the villain of the show, and he is a terrible person.
Really?
Because all he does is torture Dwight through the entirety of the show.
Yeah, but does Dwight deserve it?
No. What has Dwight ever done but defend himself?
He set the building on fire and almost killed everyone. He literally does things that if any normal human being did them, we would lock them in a prison cell for being a psychopath. I mean, you're gonna be a hard sell to tell me that Dwight.
But the amount of stuff that Jim does to Dwight, I don't think is warranted.
I don't know because Jim's pranks on Dwight are harmless pranks. Like, name one time that he did something to Dwight that was actually like detrimental to him.
He could have gotten him fired the day that he convinced him it was Friday and not Thursday, and he showed up to work at noon instead of when he was supposed to, because he could have gotten him fired. And then that in turn
He
takes
could
his
have,
livelihood.
but he knows Michael Scott well enough to know that he's not going to fire him.
Yeah. The day that he could have gotten Dwight arrested for a decent exposure when he had the tearaway clothes at his dry cleaners.
I don't know if I even remember that one well enough.
Basically, he convinced the dry cleaner to install breakaway on his suit, and he literally like ran up behind him and literally ripped
it off.
Ripped off all
That's
of his.
hilarious. That is hilarious.
But yeah, no, I just don't. I get the appeal of the show. It's one of those things where I just never got into it.
Yeah.
But like I've seen like
That's
parts
fair.
of the British Office, and I don't know. I think it went on too long. Like there are funny bits and stuff like that in The Office, but I think it went on longer than it should have.
The American version went on way too long too.
And I think the
once
British...
Michael Scott was out of the picture, they should have cut that Joker off.
Yeah.
Because everything after that went downhill.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you believe that the Will Ferrell era and stuff of The Office was good, just your opinion's invalid. I'm sorry.
Right.
We don't need to hear that kind of negativity in our lives.
But yeah, like I said, it's one of those things where I don't have a strong opinion on The Office one way or the other. I do find a lot of the British Office a lot funnier.
Yeah.
But that's also my style of humor.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm a big fan of British dry humor as well. I like watching a lot of their comedy shows from Britain and stuff because they're better than what we produce in America as far as comedy goes. So
Gotcha.
All right, hit me with another one.
All right, don't get me started on Die Hard being a Christmas movie.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. If you even start with me about the fact that you think that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, then I can only assume one of two things: either you haven't seen Die Hard, or when you watched it, you just weren't paying attention to it, because the whole movie is centered around Christmas activities and everything going on. I think that that John McClane doing what he did, barefoot and in a tank top in Nakatomi Plaza, was a Christmas miracle.
Yeah.
It was a Christmas miracle.
Yeah.
And so, taking down Hans Gruber and all that kind of stuff. No, it's 100% a Christmas movie, and I won't hear any arguments about it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll stand ground on that one for sure.
Cool.
All right.
You want to do one more?
Yeah, let's go one more. All right. Don't get me started. Xbox is the superior gaming platform.
Yeah, don't get me started that Xbox is the far superior platform. I mean, we talked about it last episode where Microsoft has been able to be the bigger company and say, "Hey, you know what? We're not going to have exclusives. We're going to release our exclusives to everybody."
Yeah.
Like I said, they've integrated Steam into the Xbox library, where on my PC, I don't even have to open Steam anymore. If I want to buy a game on Steam, then I'll open my Steam library. But if I want to play any of the games that I have downloaded on my computer, I can load them right from one platform. I think what they're doing with the handheld is a good thing. I mean, there are other handhelds that do the same thing, but you're getting everything all in one package. PlayStation had their moment, I think, but the innovation and the availability to play their quote-unquote exclusives on PC is becoming irrelevant now because of Xbox's new partner with ROG and Ally with the new handheld, where there is only one game that I would consider buying a PlayStation for, and that is if they would re-release and make a new Twisted Metal series.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's solid input there. I'll give you that one.
And it's one of those things because of the nature.
But if it stayed true to the OG series,
and that's what I'm saying. If they would remaster, they would remaster 1, 2, and Black, I'd be on board.
100%. Yeah,
To me, that would almost be worth buying a PlayStation 5 for.
Give me Mr. Grimm all over again, man.
Axel from there. Give me the ability to enter the old cheat codes.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Like build those in.
Okay, let's talk about that for half a second, right?
Go ahead, because
so I miss the days of like, and I understand it. Everything's online now. Everything's multiplayer, and so everybody's in it together. I get that, But at the same time, can we please get back to having at least some games where they release some cheat codes, let us punch in codes at the start screen or something like that, and then hit start and go into the game, and give us some cool stuff like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. When you put in like the Spider-Man and Moonwalk and like all these things together, right?
Right.
The infinite grind.
Yep.
So you could go in, set your guy to grind, and what was it? Whatever that one level was that you went down the giant ramp to start, and it had the little half pipe thing that you could jump over and a rail that went around the whole place. If you got in there and started grinding with the infinite grind thing on, I was racking up like 1.5 million points in a round on that. That kind of stuff. But even like the OG like Mario games and stuff, when we could put in cheat codes or put in your Game Genie and put something in, you know.
Or like the simple design game glitches where you could like hop up on this and then you could get to the world pipe area in Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
It's one of those things where it brought a new element to the game where casual gamers could have more fun.
Right.
Because when I first started playing video games, I wasn't good. Like with the Twisted Metal games, I went through Twisted Metal Black and I beat the game with every single character because I loved the cinematics so much that they did for their storytelling.
Yep.
That I wanted to see each and every story. So I went through and I think I did God mode or whatever, where you could, basically not die and had infinite ammo.
Right.
But then I would still play the game like normal. Mm-hmm. And I would never use it because my one roommate, Bobby, he actually took, when he bought his, I think it was when he bought his 360, he took his original Xbox and modded it.
Okay.
Like hooked it up to his computer, went into the game files of like Halo and stuff like that. Because you could put the disc in a computer.
Right.
You could access the game files, and then through that you could, if you hooked it up to your computer, you could change the game files.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
And basically route the game in the Xbox through the computer and then back out.
TV.
So like we were playing as brutes, like in multiplayer.
That's awesome.
We had it to where we slowed the rocket speed down to like a crawl. So you could fire the rocket launcher and it would literally just like barely move across the screen.
That's awesome.
But like the detail that they put into the rocket had lettering on it and different things. And
USMC and then like the designation of the rocket and all that kind of stuff down the side of it. Yeah.
And it's those things are so much fun to do.
Yep.
But I know, like, speaking of like entering cheat codes and stuff, like Grand Theft Auto 5, if you're playing on story mode, you can enter cheat codes through your cell phone.
Oh, can you really?
Yes. So it does still have that element. But I remember playing San Andreas where it would warn you that you've entered cheat codes.
Yeah.
And it would like, so I did a run where I entered cheat codes and stuff like that because I was bored and I wanted to fly the Harrier around listening to K-Dust and listening to Freebird while I'm flying upside down, shooting down other planes and stuff like that. But it was one of those things where I would still go through and play it like a normal game.
Yep. Yeah, I did the same thing. Like back in the day, every game that I had cheat codes for and stuff like that, I would play that game on normal. And most of them I would go through and beat the game on like normal settings and everything. And then I would go through and start putting in all the cheat codes. Like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, I was talking about the cheat codes on that one. I went through that entire game, played it all the way to like, I unlocked everything, all the levels, all the different like skateboards and stuff that I could have, different players and everything. I did all of it the legit way. And then I started putting in cheat codes because I was like, I just want new ways to make this game kind of fresh and up to date for me and stuff. And so I started unlocking different things that you could get just with the cheat codes. But I kept playing the game for so long.
It extended, like I said, it made the game funner for casual players.
Right.
Or more fun.
Whatever. I think that's something they're missing out on today is like if they would give us the ability of like, even if it was something that is like, okay, you have to at least complete X amount of this game. And then you can unlock using cheat codes.
Yeah, once you reach past the quote unquote tutorial phase,
right?
You can, or you have to get to level 5 or 10 or whatever, where you've played enough of the base game where you're still going to be interested in the game. It's with Fallout 4, the amount of mods that people have made for the game, it completely changes the game, but not in a bad way.
Yeah,
they will add lore friendly things into the game,
right?
Where it gives you more quests,
right?
Like they've built out an entire storyline. You actually want, yeah, they've built out entire storylines because the thing that I love about Fallout 4 is there is an end game, but you don't have to reach it in a certain time because the level is uncapped.
Okay.
Like you can basically max out all of your stats,
right?
And then it's uncapped. That's the one thing that I do miss about games is the ability to play after the game is quote unquote finished.
Yep. Yeah. I want to beat the BBEG guy, and then I want to go back through and just be able to do what I want to in the whole thing. I think those kinds of games are, I totally agree. Like,
I think subconsciously that's why I have not beaten Fallout New Vegas, is because I can't. Once I beat the game, it's over.
Oh, really?
Then I have to start over again.
So
like I can't just
close it
wander.
Out for you then. Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things. Like, so like we've been playing Minecraft lately. Mm-hmm. It's one of the things I love about Minecraft is Minecraft has kept things open enough with their stuff that people do mods and all that kind of junk. So like there's different ways that you can either have different looking aesthetics. That I mean, good grief, Minecraft has so many things that you can do in it that it could keep you busy for the rest of your life in that respect, and it does for a lot of people. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like they've opened it up just enough to the community that you can do things in Minecraft and like download certain like texture packages and all that kind of stuff to make it new and fresh for you all the time. I mean, it's like you've seen it with me. Minecraft, and it blows my mind because I used to always just kind of think, Minecraft's just like a kid's game type of thing and stuff.
Breaking blocks and just putting them down randomly and things like that.
But it has, that game has scratched an itch that I didn't realize that I had, I think, in a lot of ways. And I mean, there's the beauty of that. My kid is like, Dad, it's so awesome that you're playing Minecraft with me.
Right. She
loves it. And so I'm a big fan of that because, my daughter's 13, so she's in that age group where I really want to connect with her and stuff like that and make sure that
without being that weird.
Yeah, without being the strange dad in that sense. But, I want to be able to connect with her, which that is fantastic. But it's also just like the creativity and the things that you can do in that world and stuff and the things you can come up with. I've just been a big fan of being able to dive deeper in creating the redstone things, even though I'm cheating and looking up videos on YouTube and stuff.
And I don't even consider that cheating. It's one of those things where somebody's already figured it out. It's like reading a manual at that point.
Which is what we used to do with old school games.
Exactly.
Like you had to...
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine if some of these new games came with manuals and things like that? Like,
can you imagine if there was a Minecraft manual? I mean, there are, because there's books upon books that are written about Minecraft. Okay, but could you imagine if there was ones you had to read to be able to figure the game out? Oh my god!
Did you have any of the game books when?
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Where it would give you like how to get through the level, the level guides.
I had stacks of game books as well as the Game Shark code books and stuff like that. I had all kinds of like just things stacked beside the TV in my room because like I would get stuck in games or get frustrated with something and I'd have to go, you had to pull out, you literally had to pull out a manual and sit down and read it to try to figure out, how do I get unstuck from this place and get to the next one or whatever. I had to do that with Metroid.
Okay.
If you're out there, like if you're younger than us, you've probably never played the OG Metroid.
Yeah.
And the OG Metroid was rough. Mm-hmm. I mean, just the places that you had to figure out how to, I got to shoot these two bricks over here so that they'll disappear, but I can't stay in that space when I jump up into it for too long because they're going to reappear and it'll kill me if I'm in there when it does. So you got to keep jumping all the time. I mean, it's just all these little things. But I had to go like read a Metroid manual that walked you through in order where you had to go in each like space to get to the next levels to eventually get to where the boss guy was. Because I couldn't figure it out on my own.
Yeah, I think I bought the Halo 2 manual.
Yeah.
Or the book. The walkthrough book.
Right.
I had that. I think I had a Gran Turismo one.
Halo 2 was so good.
I know. I was like, dude, we need to speedrun that at some point.
We should. The opening level of Halo 2, dude, all I need is those dual...
The Needler?
No, not the Needler. The
SMG?
USMC SMG. Yeah. Those, dude, I love dual wielding those things in that game.
The opening of that even the opening of Halo, the original Halo,
Yeah.
like where they're on the ship and they break in. I mean, it's pretty much a carbon copy, except for one's on a base, one's on a ship.
Yeah. Oh, that. I've told you before. That is the game that got me to get an Xbox. I mean, it was
Same. Halo was the one that drove me to get an Xbox.
Yeah, my first experience with Halo 1,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I'm going.
Yeah,
And
it was one of those things where my parents' friends, their boys, bought an Xbox, and we would go over there and we would do the old school 4-player, one TV. They had a big old big screen TV, and we would play.
and tape the cardboard up so that you had like the dividing lines.
No, we didn't do that. But we would play on Blood Gulch. We would do we would do that, and then it evolved to my friends. We would do eight people teams where you'd have
battles,
one team,
baby.
one team, and one team. Like it was so much fun, and I miss those days of actual LAN parties.
Yep. Where you're sitting in the room together,
Yeah.
and you're chowing down on pizza and eating and drinking soda
and
then
drinking too much Mountain Dew,
yeah,
and,
way too much,
and staying up way too late.
100% agreement. I miss those. Like when I was living in Emerald Isle with my parents for a while and stuff. That's what we would get the boys together, and everybody would bring a TV and an Xbox, and we would go to the church or somewhere like that and set up a room where you're like you got two tables put together in the middle of the room. And two guys on one side, two guys on the other, or however many guys we could fit in there with the TVs facing different directions so you couldn't see the other person's screen. And yeah, we would get in there and absolutely go to town on some Halo and stuff. I loved it.
Well, it was also one of those things where like Bobby and I would stay up way later than everybody else would in our we had a flat, so out in the living room we had 3 TVs set up.
Yep.
So what we would do is we would hook the Xboxes up, we would do 1v1 in a closed lobby. We would turn the TVs back to back.
Yeah.
And we would play hide and seek because Bobby and I were really super good at doing super jumps.
Yeah.
So we would use those to our advantage.
That's awesome.
And I remember I can't remember the level. It was the Halo 2 map where I could tell you where the flags were. It was kind of the two corners and then like the one in the middle. I think it was Burial Grounds.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well, if you watch Red versus Blue, that's like where season 3 starts.
Yep.
Where we could super jump and get out and then on top of the map. Because you could, the map was a dome.
Yep. I remember that.
You could, you super jumped and then you could walk up to the top of the dome. So like we would play hide and seek and do all that kind of fun and crazy stuff. So yes, Xbox is the superior console to PlayStation because I don't hear these kind of stories from PlayStation players.
No, like PlayStation, I think the only saving grace that PlayStation ever had on their side was that they had 3 or 4 games.
I was going to say, when we were growing up, it was Spyro, Crash, Twisted Metal were the big ones.
And eventually they got Forza.
And then...
Was it Forza or was it... Well,
Gran Turismo was their...
Was that it?
Was their racing
Maybe
game.
That was the one I was thinking of. But they had one racing game that was like a really huge hit for them. And I was trying to think, like back when... like I thought it was so stupid that when they came out with like the PlayStation 3, I think it was, that their like big selling game was some stupid like jet ski racing game or something like, or boat racing game that they had.
Okay, so PlayStation 1 and 2, I know PlayStation 1 for sure had Jet Moto.
Yeah.
And I love Jet Moto. And it was basically like a jet ski.
Right.
So like, but I don't think that was what you're talking about.
No, it was later than that because I remember it was like, I just remember it getting to the point where we were developing gaming systems and stuff that were so much better than the OG ones that we originally played on and stuff. And I just remember going like, this is your selling point? Like this is the big, like, and they were all like, look at the graphics. And I'm like, who gives a crap about graphics if the game sucks?
Yeah, exactly.
Like Xbox was kicking their butt big time because Xbox was like, yeah, we're coming out with Halo 3.
Yeah.
And and all of us were out there going, yeah. I'm waiting in line for days for Halo 3, but I ain't waiting in line for jet skis. You know?
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, and then because God of War hadn't gotten that big yet.
God of War was a big win for them.
Yeah.
That was huge.
And then I don't think, and if you're a PlayStation person, please tell me, like, other games between
let us know.
God of War and I want to say the next milestone game in my mind for PlayStation was Horizon Zero Dawn.
Hey, you're asking the wrong guy.
Like I don't remember anything. Maybe Resident Evil.
Ever since Xbox 360 came out, I haven't paid attention.
Same, and like I'm trying to like give a little bit of credit to Sony, but I don't remember. There was nothing that would have driven me to buy a PlayStation.
The Spider-Man games, that was a big win for them. There were,
but I don't think that those were until later though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but that was more like recent ones as far as their big wins and stuff. But I just remember like when we were at Liberty in the dorm there, we played Halo and stuff on a regular, like, every single night, and Call of Duty when those games came out. But I remember in our dorm, we had, at minimum, there were 32 guys that had Xboxes. And I don't remember, like, maybe just like one or two guys had PlayStations. Because there were a couple of games that came out for PlayStation that those guys were, like, over the moon about. But they were single-player games that had really good storylines. But, you know, it's like God of War kind of thing. But outside of that, it's like, I don't recall anything. There was never anything that they had that the rest of us guys who were all, I mean, we were on every single night on our LAN parties and stuff in the dorm, playing Halo and playing COD against each other and everything. And there was never a point in time where any of us were like, oh, I need to get a PlayStation for whatever their game was.
That you couldn't play on Xbox. Because, I mean, Call of Duty was big in that transitional period for us, like in college and things that.
But the thing was, they couldn't play with us. You know what I'm saying? Because they never had the
crossover.
Yeah,
cross-platform, and Sony was very, very late on the cross-platform.
Yes, they held out way too long, in my opinion, for them to be viable in that respect. But yeah, that's Xbox. I agree with you. We're back to definitely the most superior.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And don't get me wrong. The majority of Xbox games I play are on my PC, but I'm also not one of those superior PC master race kind of people either. Yeah, because
I would not disagree if you were to say PC has the potential for better graphics, better reaction time, those kinds of things. Sure.
Yeah, FPS is going to be 10 times better on computer, but you're paying a premium for those kind of things.
You pay a lot of money for a good PC to be able to run games on, and the learning curve of playing on PC is far steeper than what it is to play on Xbox or something like that. I mean, in my opinion, it's just hard to beat. Like, we've talked about this before too. Xbox has the far superior ergonomics for their controller and stuff over anybody else.
Don't get me started on that one, because the orientation of the analog sticks on the PlayStation controller makes zero sense.
It's terrible.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, even the new PS5 controllers are not.
Yeah.
I think you also have people that will get wireless controllers that are Bluetooth that are Xbox that you can pair with PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because it is a better hand feel.
Yeah, it feels better. It's way easier to use, and especially if you like. I've never been able to develop the ability to use the pointer finger and the
claw method.
Yeah, the claw method. Like, so pointer finger and middle finger on both, like, the bumpers and the triggers at the same time. I can't do it because I've just been playing for too long, old school style with just trigger fingers up there. So I can't do that, but I can see why for the guys that play that way that it is superior, I'll say that much. And with an Xbox controller, it's made so that you can do that
exactly.
Easily. It feels good about doing it. So.
And it's even to the point where we have, a big I have a one-in dock for our Switch.
Yeah.
That's integrated where it basically is like a controller.
Yep.
But it's set up like an Xbox controller.
Yep. Why not? It's just better.
Yeah.
So cool. I liked all those. That was a good time going through the things that we're willing to stand on, especially as far as We disagreed on some,
Yeah,
but
but
most
you know
of them
what?
we agreed on.
I was going to say, it's one of those things where I know the right buttons to push.
Yeah.
but it's also, too, with a lot of those, I don't have, like, I don't want to say I'm very passionate about a lot of things. I have a lot of neutral opinions on a lot of things.
I'm totally willing to tell somebody else you can believe what you want to believe about that subject.
100%.
I mean, it's like the pineapple and pizza thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it belongs there, but I'm not going to fight you over it.
Right.
It's like if you really want to stand your ground on that one, I just go, okay, you can eat pineapple on your pizza. Just don't give it to me.
Right.
You know, that type of thing.
It's like I like anchovies on my pizza too.
That's wow. Okay.
Yeah. But I also do. It was one of the questions I was going to ask you, but you asked the pizza one. I prefer a thicker crust on a pizza.
Okay.
And I hate like a cracker crust.
I'm on that one with you.
Like I like a thinner crust. Like Donato's has like the perfect thin crust.
Right.
But anything thinner than that, I'm out.
I like thick crust pizza, like especially on the crust side of it. I want that to be nice and doughy and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't want it. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't want anything crisp about my pizza. I want it to be soft and doughy and foldable, all that kind of stuff.
Again, the only exception to that rule is like an authentic New York slice, where like you have to fold it in. But
there's a soft though. It's not like
exactly.
It's not crispy.
It's still soft, so it's not as big of a deal.
Totally
but I
agree.
cannot do the cracker crust.
Totally agree. That's good stuff.
So, but yeah, I thought it was fun. It's one of those things where I think we need to come back to this at some point.
I'd be totally willing to come back and revisit some of these, like because there's more on that list that were good ones that we should dive into. So.
And we can think of some other.
I was trying to be diverse in the ones that we threw out today.
Or you know what? If you guys want to give us some suggestions, leave us a comment.
Yeah, give us some topics on. We'll put up a post. Give us some topics of things that you think that we might fight about.
Yes.
Now I'll say this: we're a lot alike. So
I was gonna say the majority, but the thing is, we know enough about each other that we can take the opposite opinion, even if we don't believe it.
Oh
and
yeah, 100%.
Completely annoy the other person with it.
Yeah, as Josh likes to prove a lot of times. Yeah. No, we're both good at that though. So yeah, throw those things out to us. We would love to hear from you guys on that one. And we'll just remind you as we close out today, the same thing we always tell you, to make sure you go and check out our link tree.
Yep. Basically, what it is a nice consolidated spot for all of our social media. It has our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify links all in one spot for you. If you're on mobile, you can just go ahead and click the share button, and it will create a post for you for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, or just a static link to our socials. Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and share that for us, that would be amazing.
We've made it literally as easy as we can, guys.
Because you know what? It's one of those things where I hate to say it, but lazy people find the easiest way to do things. And I was like, hey, we need a link tree because I get tired of putting all of these things in our social posts.
Yes.
One link, one thing takes you to everything.
We be lazy, so we be making ways for you to be lazy with us.
Exactly. So. And then, again, with that, if you would like, we also probably still have stickers available that have a QR code to our link tree if you want to hand those out to people. They're really cool. I mean, they're not overly bearing stickers. They're not huge. They're just a little 2x2 stickers. Small,
simple stickers, but they've got our QR code on it, so it'd be a great way for you to kind of share it with people if you want to put it on your cell phone case or on your water bottle that you carry with you and stuff, and just tell your friends, hey, I listened to this podcast. These guys are really dumb, but they talk about some fun things.
Exactly.
So scan this and go listen to them, and that'd be awesome.
Right. So, like we always say, give us a like, give us a follow on any of our social medias, and we greatly appreciate you guys.
Otherwise, we love you guys very much, and we hope that you have a great rest of your week this week, and we will see you in episode 43. This is 42. Good grief.
And it will be our comment episode, so leave us some good comments.
That's right. Leave the comments so we can talk about what you have to say, because we'd love to hear from you. All right. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Love you.
Bye.
Did you ever have your mouth washed out with soap when you were young?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
It only happened to me like once or twice, but man, that sticks with you.